Hey YouTubers, if you like what you see, make sure you click subscribe below. We're going to be doing our Week 9 Thursday night triple threat episode, and once again James lost, so it's going to be another food punishment. So make sure you click subscribe.
Yeah.
In a world where losing in your fantasy football league isn't an option, we present to you Triple Coverage Podcast.
Coming to you live from TCP Studios in Las Vegas, Nevada, Jay Up and James Up are your co-hosts for everything fantasy football related. So sit back, crack a cold one, and enjoy the show.
Welcome to Triple Coverage Podcast. Welcome to Week 9 of our Thursday night triple threat episode. I am your co-host Jay Up, and you can find me on Twitter at TripleCoJ. Here with my co-host, my brother James.
Whoa.
And you can find him on Twitter at TripleCoJames.
That's true.
All right, so we're already in Week 9. We just finished Week 8. We're recording this a little bit early.
A lot of it early.
Almost a whole week early.
Let's just tell them we're recording on Sunday because your boy's getting married.
Your boy's getting married on Saturday.
Yeah. So Saturday, November 2nd, I will be getting married. You
will. And we're going to have a special guest on tomorrow's episode, which is our Friday TC preview with the Vegas Twist. For Week 9, we're going to have the one and only Anthony Fuentes in studio. Dynasty Fire 365 on Twitter. But as for now, we are going to recap the Week 8 game for Thursday night, and we're going to preview the Week 9 Thursday game, which you're actually going to be at.
I will be at that game, and I will be losing that week again. So
there you go. There's the positivity, and the reverse jinx
is
is set in because the last time you used a reverse jinx, I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not. If you watched previous episodes, the last time he guaranteed my victory, he won because Josh Gordon got hurt. So plan on more of the same.
So that's all I need is just a few injuries, and I'll be right there.
Or just the reverse jinx, and you're right there.
I should have just let you pick first is what I should have done, but it is what it is. So this game reminded me of the first 3 weeks of the Thursday night games where they were all really low scoring and very boring to watch. I tried. I tried. The most exciting thing to me was Alexander Madison at the end coming in and seeing what he can do. He ended up getting 13 carries, ran for 61 yards. The one thing I hated about it, I'll be honest, is Dalvin Cook getting 98 yards, and then they take him out of the game the entire fourth quarter, especially for me with this wall bet because I ended up losing by 6 points. So if Cook gets 2 more yards, that's 4 points right there.
For a bonus,
and now all of a sudden I'm 1 carry away. I'm 1 reception away of winning. So if he did play the fourth quarter, I'm pretty sure I'm winning this wall bet and not having to chug milk and 16 ounces of beer here. But
the most exciting for me for this game was our softball game that my daughter had that night that we were coaching in. We won pretty handily in that game, and we only got to watch pretty much the second half. Like, we left right from there because the kids spent the night at our parents'. So we literally left right there to go to the bar to have dinner and watch the rest of the game. So it was actually...
You saw a shootout in the second half.
I got to see Kirk Cousins stop right at 285 yards, which I had Kirk Cousins in 3 different leagues going. Granted, he didn't have a touchdown. Okay, but going over 300 yards, you get the bonus, you get the extra points for the yardage, and he stopped at 285, and then literally watched him hand it off like 17 times in a row.
Not to Dalvin Cook.
Not to Dalvin Cook, but to Alexander Madison, and I watched Washington, who knew the run was coming, but still couldn't stop it. The other good part about this was, just for shits and giggles, I did have Minnesota minus 16.5 on a straight bet, and so as Minnesota was marching down, I'm like, man, Washington knows they're running the ball, and they're still getting like this chunk yardage. It's like 7 yards, 5 yards, 9 yards. I'm like, they're going to just score one more time. There's 8 minutes to go. They got to score again, right? No. They get a huge run from Alexander Madison, like a 25 or 30-yard run, and they called it back for a holding. Yep. And then the very next play, he got a 10-yard run. They called that back for a penalty as well. Now you're at midfield, and there was about 4 minutes left in the game, and they just decided to run the clock out. So I was like, sweet. I get to not have Kirk Cousins throw anything in the fourth quarter, and I lose my bet because one more touchdown would have gave me the win.
But you won the triple threat wall bet. That's all that matters.
Right.
For me, my takeaways from this game is Trey Quinn and Terry McLaurin need more targets. Like that, it's just, you don't have anything, Washington. You have nothing. Why are you throwing the ball to 19 different receivers? Like Kelvin Harmon, one target. Hentges? What the hell is that? 1 target. Jeremy Sprinkle, 2 targets. Wendell Smallwood, 2 targets. Trey Quinn, Paul Richardson, Adrian Peterson. Like, your 2 main guys should be in the passing game, Trey Quinn and McLaurin. Between the 2 of them, they got 9 targets. And now this team was down the entire game, and your 2 best receivers combined for 9 targets. And and you're in this game, really. Like I said, they only lost by 10. Right. It wasn't like they got blown out by 51-13 like San Francisco last week blew out Carolina. Like you know that you're going to be down, and you're throwing the ball total 21 times. You're down the whole game.
I was kind of surprised because when I actually looked up at the scoreboard finally when our game was done, they were only down by a touchdown at halftime.
Right.
It was literally 13-6 at halftime, and I was like, wow, Washington's actually playing pretty good on defense.
Like Trey Quinn, 3 targets. He catches 1 ball for 15 yards. Like, that's inexcusable in my mind. And
Peterson, though, ran really well. That was one of my takeaways. Like,
he
for him to get 14 carries and 76 yards against this Minnesota defense, I was pretty shocked. Like, I was like, there's no way Peterson, I know he's a little extra motivated, but they literally listed him as a low ankle sprain and high ankle sprain before the game, and I was like, damn. He probably isn't going to play. And he's like, no, I'm going to play because it's my old team. And then he goes out there and he actually had a pretty good game. He caught both of his targets as well.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Surprising.
The other thing that's annoying the crap out of me about the Washington Redskins, it's a lot, I guess. I didn't realize it when I wrote it down. But Dwayne Haskins, moving forward, I'm begging the coaching staff and whoever's making this decision, just please give him a full week to prepare and play. And not this next week against Buffalo at Buffalo. Give the guy a chance to actually prepare to play a team that they have a chance to actually score on and maybe even win the game. Not when they're a 10-point underdog or a 17-point underdog to Minnesota. Give the kid a chance because I think he's going to be a good quarterback. But every damn time they put him in the game, it's the second half of the game like, hey, I know you're not warmed up and I know you're stiff as hell and we're going to be playing a great defense, but get out there and you do it, man. You go do that.
It was different, though, because Case Keenum got a concussion.
Where was Colt McCoy then?
He was inactive. They only made 2 quarterbacks active. You don't usually make 3 quarterbacks active.
If you don't want to play one of them, then you shouldn't. Like Haskins, never mind. Haskins comes in and throws the ball 5 times, and he has an interception again. Now he's got 4 interceptions in 2 halves of play.
The one thing he doesn't have is confidence. That's for sure.
Well, and now what? Now do you start him again at Buffalo? Case Keenum can't play. He's going to start at Buffalo. Like
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to make. I think that Case Keenum misses. Well, it's tough to say because you got a concussion on Thursday. Chances he has chance to actually pass the concussion protocol. He does.
Right.
So it's not like a guarantee like he's out. But the problem with that is it's going to go against everything you want because if they don't rule him out, then Dwayne Haskins,
but at least
he getting the whole week? At least he doesn't even know.
Right.
He doesn't know.
As of right now, Dwayne Haskins should be taking the first team reps because he's in concussion protocol, I would assume. So as of now, from Thursday, they probably didn't practice Friday or Saturday, I'm assuming. But next time they go to practice, they should know. And if they don't know, then it should be Haskins taking the first team reps. So at least he has a chance to prepare. But damn, I'm getting so sick and tired of them spot start. I feel like they're treating him like he's Josh Rosen, and they're like stacking the deck against him before the guy even has a chance to do anything. Like, give the guy a chance to succeed. That's all I want. Like, just a chance.
And there's also rumors that obviously they're not. I mean, I'm not trying to tank from what we know because they did win a game against Miami. Who's the other team trying to tank?
Yeah,
but yeah, I know by the 2-point conversion
because Kenyon Drake slammed the ball on the ground.
But. The fact that Washington is 1-7, they're obviously sellers at the trade deadline. You're listening to this on Thursday, but we're recording it on Sunday night because you're getting married, as we kind of talked about in the beginning of the show. So, there's rumors about Josh Norman getting traded. Not that he's been that good this year, but that's another guy, another starter gone.
Like, what NFL team right now is like, let me go ahead and look at this Redskins roster and cherry pick a couple of guys out
You know who needs Josh Norman? The Eagles. The Eagles need Josh Norman. Like, he would come in and be a shutdown, as close as they can get to a shutdown corner because right now the Eagles' passing defense is not good. And I know that Buffalo wasn't able to throw for 350 yards against them this last week. I get that. But that's their Achilles heel, and it is going to be every time you go up against a good passing team. Like, obviously, Josh Allen isn't going to throw for 400 yards, anytime in the near future. He does it a lot with his legs.
Never say never.
And he has that long ball, but I just don't think his core around him is good enough. I just don't think it is.
Yeah.
So once Philly does play a team that does have a good passing offense, they're screwed again.
I agree.
So do you want to do your punishment?
I guess I'm gonna do beer first. 16 ounces of beer. I already cracked it open, poured it in the mug, so you can keep talking as we go on to the next game, maybe.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll tell you what the next week's game is and the line and everything like that. So,
cheers.
Cheers away. I won't even look at you because I don't want to see you drink the milk and get it caught in your throat. That strawberry milk. So you have
chocolate.
San Francisco 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals.
Spicy.
As we said, James will be at that game with a slew of people. You actually got group tickets for pretty cheap. I thought that was pretty impressive. You will not be seeing David Johnson. He has already been ruled out. There's a really good chance you may not be seeing Chase Edmonds as he came up with a hamstring injury in the game against the Saints, which leaves Alfred Morris and Zach Zenner, who they signed just both those guys right before the Week 8 game. So that puts them in a tough spot. I'm hoping that Edmonds plays, but from what I've understood, that they've already ruled out DJ for Week 8's game and Week 9 game because I believe they have a bye in Week 10, so they're trying to get him healthy before the bye week here.
16 ounces of beer down. Now's the tough part. That was very spicy because it's Michelada. Woo!
I might have went beer second on that.
The Michelada will coat my stomach. I'm trying to make it so I'm not going to throw up.
Oh, you went with the reverse? I thought that maybe the milk would be so gross that the spiciness of the Michelada would kind of...
Damn, there's 14 grams of protein in this?
Yeah.
Shit.
I think after this you're going to start drinking it more.
No, because I hate the taste of milk, so that's not true.
But it's chocolate, so it's a little sweet. It's like candy.
Oh, man.
It's like drinking some candy over there.
Tastes just like candy.
Bottoms up. So San Francisco is in this game. Even though they're at Arizona, they're favored by 7 points, and the over-under is 43 currently. This line could move, especially with the way that San Francisco just absolutely destroyed Carolina. They have a great defense. It has been proven over the last 7 weeks. Obviously, they had their bye. So, seems delicious, wasn't it?
The milk went down a lot quicker than the beer. I gotta tell you. The beer was very spicy.
Told you, keeping it chocolate or strawberry is actually the way to go there. Woo! No one likes regular milk. It's disgusting. Plus, it's like it's white. Like you know, it's just gross. No one wants to drink regular milk.
No, I would do anything. Well, no, I gotta disagree with you. I would go chocolate, regular, strawberry.
I don't know. Have
Strawberry
you tasted regular
is
milk in a
terrible.
while?
With milk with cereal and stuff.
Yeah, it's not good.
You know what we had downstairs? And I almost did, but it was just too sweet. Is almond milk. But
Almond milk is different because it's
like watered down a little bit.
It's from almonds. It's like it's not. There's no like dairy in it whatsoever. There's
Almond milk is from almonds?
There's no dairy, is what I'm saying.
Where'd you come up with that? Who told you that? What do they squeeze the almonds?
They crunch them up.
They crunch up the almonds.
Yes. You know how many almonds it takes? That's why almond milk is expensive.
Yeah, I think the jug was like $40.
So
if it was in Hawaii, it would be $40.
San Francisco on the road, favored by 7 in a division game. 43 is the over/under.
My stomach's been through a lot these Thursday nights, man.
Yeah, you've gotten all the food.
I think about it, the really hot chocolate, which I'll never do that again. Like that literally ruined my stomach. Then this Chug Em one, and then the other one was a double shot of hot sauce with like that chili paste in the bottom. Was disgusting. Like I don't know, my stomach's been through a lot.
I know, but this one you said went down pretty smooth. I think you're gonna be just fine.
It always goes down okay. It's like 5 minutes later when it settles in there, and then it starts ripping up my insides. Like right when the end of this episode.
Settles.
Anyway, sorry to cut you off. Okay, so go ahead.
So in a division game, which you would think that San Francisco should handle Arizona pretty easily, why are they only favored by 7? I get that they're on the road, but we've also seen some away teams this year, just in recent memory, that have been favored by 2 touchdowns on the road. So now you have a division game with San Fran favored by 7. Is this one of those situations where it's kind of a trap?
It's a trap.
Like everyone, you look at this and the obvious play is obviously San Francisco. That's the obvious play. Their defense, the way Arizona guards a tight end.
I'll be willing to bet by the time this game goes off on Thursday night that it's San Fran -9. Like it's going to go up 2 full points
if it does go up to, I'll take Arizona.
I wrote down the line at kickoff today of what the lines were for Thursday night, and it was 6.5. So it's already went up to 7. Right. I know it's only half a point, but that's a couple hours. I guarantee when Monday, Tuesday comes and all the hype starts coming around San Francisco, because you know what? The whole entire 5 minutes left in the third quarter, they took out all their starters. They were playing guys on defense that were have not gotten in the game this year because they were blowing out Carolina. So the guys that actually did play, the starters, it's not like they're going to be tired. Arizona was in a dogfight against New Orleans trying to come from behind. They were not putting their backups in. San Francisco literally was playing their third string, guys that hadn't stepped on the field yet. So it's not like they're going to be as destroyed as Arizona. So I think that they're going to be a lot more fresh as far as their starters go.
Well,
like Tevin Coleman didn't play the whole fourth quarter. Not even Matt Breida never came back in the game after he got banged up. Like all their starters were out. Literally all of them. The whole defense
Not
as
to
well.
mention that game was at home. It was in San Fran.
Right.
And so now they're only traveling to Arizona. That's like an hour and 20-minute flight.
Like
from
what?
San
This
Francisco,
has got to be the biggest trap of the entire season.
That's what I mean. So as long as it's getting bet up, I think I actually like Arizona getting the points.
But the problem
in a
is,
division game.
You're telling me, Jay, if you know for sure that David Johnson and Chase Edmonds are out, that line's going to go to 9.5.
You know what they're going to have to do.
How could you take Arizona there?
Because you know what they're going to have to do this game, and I know it's dangerous, but they're going to have Kyler Murray run a little more. Like they were in the third quarter against this New Orleans team, and he had one rush. Kyler does, and that's what he is known for: is not only his throwing and his strong arm,
but they're trying to preserve
but
him.
his running. For what though? Like I understand for his career.
Well, right now,
but
okay, going into this week's game though against New Orleans, this last week's game, they were 3-3-1. If they were to win that game, which no one thought they were, but if they did, they're 4-3-1. Like they're very right there with the Rams and with everybody else. Like that, maybe not making the playoffs, but they're there. Like it's not like they're 1-7 or 0-8.
But they're the worst team in that division. That division is strong. They're the worst team in that division, so they had a really big uphill battle. Even if they did win the game against New Orleans. The teams they beat aren't that good. So it's like it's kind of a facade, but they have to have Kyler run more if they're going to win this game. And maybe this is the game to do it because otherwise you're stuck out there with either Alfred Morris or Zach Zenner. Because I know David Johnson ain't playing and Chase Edmonds is the one that's questionable.
Well,
we don't know if he's playing or not.
The few things that stood out about this game for me was San Francisco is second. This is going into Sunday, so this is not taking into fact what they did last week because we're recording so early. But San Francisco is second in the league in rushing yards, averaging 172 yards a game, and Arizona is 25th against the run. So they're giving up 130 yards a game.
Right.
San Francisco is going to run the daylights out of this team. Like they're going to run them into the ground. Arizona, on the flip side, is 11th in running yards for offense, averaging 128 yards. But that's with David Johnson and Chase Edmonds. You take those two guys out, and guess what San Fran is against a run? 8th in the league, only giving up 90 yards. So you're telling me that Zach Zenner and Alfred Morris are going to run for over 90 yards? I don't think so. So if you can't run against them, that means Arizona's going to be standing back there, and Murray's going to have to throw the ball 45 times a game, this game, to have a chance. And if you're telling me that they're only favored by 7, I love San Francisco.
Unless he uses his legs and they actually have designs in place for him to run.
They'd have to do a lot more than that. They're going to need a defensive touchdown or special teams touchdown to stay in this game. Like the only way Arizona wins this game or covers this point spread is if the very first coin flip, that kickoff gets returned for a touchdown or a defensive pick six, and they go up 7-0, and the crowd gets involved. But let's be honest, I've been to a lot of Arizona Cardinal games. I've probably been to at least 8 of them. At least 8. Every time I go there, whoever's there is almost a 50-50 split, or they take over that stadium.
Right.
It's just like the Chargers. So I've been to Detroit Lions games, Jay, where it's like 60-40 split, where it's 60% Arizona and 40%. And I've never seen that many Detroit Lions fans ever, unless you literally go to Detroit. So San Fran being 7-0, everyone on this West Coast is going to be at that game.
Right.
Las Vegas, California crowd, they're going to be at that game, and it's going to be 70% 49er fans, I guarantee it.
I just
feel like a home game.
That no one's giving Arizona a chance, and it still is a division game, and division opponents know each other very well. I'm just saying that if you're going to give me, if this line goes from 7 up to 9, then I'm taking Arizona all day, without even thinking.
All right, what about 8?
I would take 8 too. Anything over 7.5, like at 7 is kind of where it should be. But if it goes to 7.5 or 8 or 8.5, 9, then yeah, give me Arizona because I can lose by more than a touchdown.
I'm gonna have to put some money in my account because I think I only have like $50 in there. I'm $50 on San Fran.
So do you want to talk about who we picked for this game in our triple threat? You obviously lost, so you got the first pick, and you went with.
You see, right now, Jay. Sorry, San Francisco is second in points allowed, only giving up 10 points a game. They just gave up 13 to Carolina, so 10 points a game. Arizona's giving up almost 28 points a game. Actually, now after the New Orleans game, probably over 28 because they just gave up 31. 28-10. That'd be the final score there.
It was more than 31. They scored like 44 against Carolina.
No, New Orleans against Arizona.
Yeah, 31. Yeah.
Right, so 31, and they were already giving up 27.5. So they're giving up 28 points a game, and San Fran's giving up 10. This could be an absolute ass kicking, as they say. Two things I want to see, Jay. Who outscores who? Is DJ going to play versus DJ and Chase? You said that he's not going to play. So Christian Kirk coming back. How will it help the rest of the wide receiving core? Because they seem to look a lot better today, I thought.
The wide receiving core did look better. Larry Fitzgerald only caught 2 passes, but he did have 1 touchdown that he almost had. They barely missed the toe tap in the back of the end zone. But Kirk looked good, and they got him involved in the run game as well, as you said. So, I mean, it didn't really do anything for Keyshawn Johnson or Andy Isabella or any other guys there. But the main
two, it seems like Arizona's focused on 2 guys.
Right.
And it's Fitzgerald, Kirk. Outside of that, it's nothing.
The air raid offense is focused on 2 guys.
Which doesn't make any sense. So that's what I think is going on here in Arizona. On the San Francisco side, Emmanuel Sanders, over under 8 targets this game.
I will take... Ooh, that's a pretty good line. I'll take under because I was thinking 6.
Okay, so under 8 targets.
So I'll take under.
And then who will be the second option at receiver as far as snaps and target shares go for San Francisco?
100% in my opinion, Debo Samuel.
Okay.
100%. Dante Pettis is non-existent.
I
saw him a couple times running around out there, so I know he was in the game. But he's not what they thought he was.
Where was he running?
He was running after a ball that he thought was a backwards lateral, but it wasn't, and so he was just picking up the ball to make sure that they didn't lose.
Maybe he was making sure it was
possession.
It wasn't deflated. So I had the first pick because I lost for the 9th time in a row. I don't know why. I'm the only thing I could think of is the narrative that Arizona is so bad against the tight end, which is what it was the first 5 weeks of the season.
They still are.
And I don't even like this guy. I don't like this guy. I don't like him. I think that he's the most overrated tight end in the entire football league. So I took George Kittle just so that in case he does do something, I can be like, all right, well, at least I won my the wall bet. So I took George Kittle, Jay, and then you were up for 2, and you got...
I took Tevin Coleman and Jimmy Garoppolo in case anything Kittle does get. No, I get the points as well.
That's not why. You took him because he's a better quarterback. I took Kyler Murray, and I wanted to take the San Francisco defense, but Jay said no.
We're going to stick with what we've been doing for the first 8 weeks.
He said no, I have to take Zach Zenner or the Arizona Cardinals. So, okay, what if
Arizona Cardinal running back?
What, together? I get all of them combined?
Yeah, because I don't know who's going to play.
But I'm saying all of them combined, or
yes,
how's that work?
That's what I'm telling you. Obviously, DJ's out. So if Edmonds plays, you get Edmonds, obviously, and you can have Zenner and Alfred Morris.
With Chase Edmonds?
Yes. You can have the running backs because we have no idea. Obviously, it's a week early almost.
That doesn't include Kyler Murray? Well, I'll get Kyler Murray anyway. Okay,
you get Kyler Murray's running points anyways. So, yeah, you'll get the combo of Edmonds, Zenner, Alfred Morris. If Edmonds doesn't play, you get Zenner and Alfred Morris.
Over-under for all 3 of those guys if they play, over-under 80 yards total between all 3 of them. What do you think?
I would say unless somebody gets silly and breaks a long one, I would say under.
Cool. All right, so congratulations to Jay.
What about your other guys? I took Christian Kirk.
I just took... Yeah.
Did you say that already?
I did.
Okay, I took Christian Kirk for my 3rd pick.
So Tevin Coleman, Jimmy Garoppolo, Christian Kirk for Jay. James has George Kittle, Kyler Murray, and all 18 Arizona running backs. What if Kenyon Drake ends up going to Arizona?
I don't think they make that.
Well, I get the whole backfill, so it doesn't matter.
If it's karaoke, I'll probably lose this one.
Okay, this one's fine. Watch your mouth. So this is the one I'll probably... Did you still have that game? Oh, yes. I think I still have. I think I have it downstairs. Okay, so watch your mouth. You put that big mouthpiece in. It kind of pulls your entire lips around this thing. I don't like it. I don't know. It feels very uncomfortable to me. It always pokes my gums.
It does feel kind of weird, but you don't leave it in for the entire episode. What we'll do is we do it during. Was it during the recap or was it during the preview of the follow?
It's like game? Both, overlapping. You kind of put it in. The other guy speaks, and then it goes into the next one.
Got it.
So for me, I will be at this game. I'm gonna eat a bunch of food, and I'm going to probably be hammered. I know I'm not going to remember the triple threat, or I'm not even going to remember who I have when I'm at the game.
I'll text you.
No, you won't. We never even look at it until usually Friday or Saturday. But yeah, I will be at the game, so maybe I will take a couple of pictures and post them on TCP's Instagram, Twitter, at Triple Co Podcast. On Instagram, it's at Triple Coverage Podcast, right? There's no at, just Triple Coverage Podcast.
Yeah. Will you at least wear your TCP shirt at the game?
I don't know. I was thinking about that. I got Sydney a Kyler Murray black Kyler Murray jersey.
There you go.
So she's gonna wear that. So maybe I'll wear my black TCP shirt. I don't know.
Represent. You gotta represent.
I definitely won't be wearing anything San Francisco or Arizona. So
right.
I guess I could.
So you might as well.
Well, I got a pack now to go to Arizona because I am leaving tomorrow morning. So
all right.
Tomorrow morning meaning Monday. Here.
So let's wrap this up. As we said, make sure you stay tuned for our Friday regularly scheduled program. It's going to be the TC preview with a Vegas twist for Week 9 with special guest Anthony Fuentes. He's got some juicy stats and juicy nuggets that he's bringing forth.
It's going to be a long episode.
It's going to be probably about there's 4 teams on by, so
that's true.
Bank on that being about an hour episode. I'll talk about it off air, I guess, but I'll get your picks for who you like next week so I can keep these the tallies going up to date here.
Gotcha. You ready to crack one?
Let's crack it.
I don't even... I forgot.